Fleetwood started fast at Wentworth as Poulter's LIV clothing is raising eyebrows from basically everybody. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Fleetwood's fantastic start along with the controversy over Ian Poulter's odd choice of attire on his first round back at the PGA Championship. So, how well is Fleetwood doing, and what exactly is wrong with Poulter's clothing? Let's jump in. Okay, so how well is Fleetwood doing? Well, to put it simply, he's absolutely smashing it. On his first start since the Open, Fleetwood has managed to birdie the last 4 holes, putting him on an impressive score for a back nine of 31. This is a fantastic score, and it's meant that Fleetwood is currently leading the PGA Championship by 1 shot, closely matched by Sullivan's inward half and total. Both of these players sit on an impressive score, 1 clear of Matthew Jordan and ahead of all the others in the tournament. There's no question that Fleetwood is in amazing form right now, and it'll be interesting to see how he fares over the next few days, especially if he can continue to keep his scores as high as currently. Tommy Fleetwood and Andy Sullivan both shot terrific rounds of 64 and are turning heads with their performances. However, it's Ian Poulter who's raising eyebrows with his choice of attire. This whole controversy might just have to wait though, seeing as the Queen's death has undoubtedly had a massive impact on everyone in the golfing world and the play at Wentworth. Though golf and the Royals are separate, it's clear that this sport and the English Royals have previously interacted, and that golf has taken a much heavier toll than most other sports comparatively. Wait, how does the death of the Queen affect the golf world? Well, play at Wentworth has actually been suspended following the announcement of the Queen's death at the ripe age of 96. This is obviously a huge shock to everyone, and the tour will suspend play on Friday, along with lowering the flags to half-mast in order to respect the royal family. This is obviously a massive event and one that will have a big impact on everyone in the golfing world. Our thoughts go out to the royal family at this difficult time. Many of the golfers in the event have expressed their thoughts and opinions and sent out prayers to the royal family after the Queen's death. In fact, after his impressive lead at Wentworth, Fleetwood took to Twitter to express his condolences to the royal family. He said, "Rest in peace, Your Majesty. You will be forever in our hearts. God save the King." It's clear that Fleetwood, as well as the rest of the golfing world, has been deeply affected by this news. A spot so closely tied with the Royals, it's only right that they honor her death in the best way they know how. Speaking of something a little less honorable though, back to Poulter and his less than adequate clothing choice. Don't think we forgot about what he decided to wear to this tournament and how much criticism it's received from the golfing world. Wait, why does it matter what Poulter wore? Well, it all started when Keith Pelley, the European Tour Group's chief executive, asked that LIV rebels competing at the PGA Championship did not wear clothing that advertises their professional domain. This is obviously a request that seems more than reasonable given the situation. However, Poulter showed up to his first round back with the logo of Majesticks, the LIV team he's part of, printed on his left sleeve. Oh boy, that's a way to make a statement, isn't it? When asked about his decision to wear the clothing, Poulter said, "This is a business that I actually own part of, so it has a right to be there. I've had about 6 different sets of clothes in the last 5 weeks. I can't possibly go to the embroiderers and have another setup made for this week. I'm here for 3 weeks. I'm traveling, so this is the set I brought." While Poulter does have a point, it would be pretty difficult to get a new set of clothes made on such short notice. It still seems like a pretty poor choice, given the situation. It's not like he didn't know that this might be an issue, so why did he choose to wear the clothing anyway? It seems like a pretty clear choice of trying to make a statement rather than actually following the rules. And while Poulter does have a right to express himself, it seems like he could have found a better way to do it. With that being said, Poulter has further defended his clothing choice, saying, "There's been a lot of petty comments in the last few weeks, and I'm not going to comment on them. I'm not going to play the clickbait game. I'm just not playing it. I'm here to win, and that's that." He also claimed that the main sponsors of the tour actually want him there, despite the controversy. It will be interesting to see how this whole situation plays out and whether or not Poulter will choose to wear the clothing again in future rounds. What do you think about the situation? Do you think Poulter was in the wrong, or do you think he has a right to express himself? Let us know in the comments below, as this is something that we're really interested in hearing your thoughts on. Has the Poulter drama continued after the Queen's death? Oh, absolutely. It's been one thing after another with Poulter, and it doesn't seem like he's going to slow down anytime soon. After the play was suspended on Thursday due to the death of Queen Elizabeth, Poulter quote-tweeted a tweet that reported him wearing a Majesticks shirt and wrote, "Rex, sorry, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth has sadly passed away, and you can't help yourself and continue to throw pettiness out to the world. Show some respect in these sad times. Give yourself a day off. Hashtag RIP Elizabeth. Just for clarification, this is not my LIV gear." So it sounds like Poulter is pretty upset about the way he's being treated treated by the media, and he's definitely not afraid to voice his opinions on the matter. It will be interesting to see how this all plays out in the coming days, and whether or not Poulter will continue to wear the Majesticks shirt. It's quite possible that Poulter may fold to the pressure and choose to wear something else, but given his recent statements, it seems like he's pretty set on continuing to wear the shirt. Plus, it's worth noting that the actual management of the tour has clarified that they're not explicitly banning the clothing, merely requesting golfers not to wear it. So technically, Poulter's not breaking any rules by continuing to wear the shirt. Well, not yet, but that all might change in February. Wait, what's happening in February? Well, a court will decide whether or not LIV golfers can play as they please on the DP World Tour. This is obviously a huge decision that could have massive implications for the tour, and it's one that everyone will be closely watching. However, in an interview with reporters, McDowell said the decision shouldn't wait and that it definitely shouldn't be decided by a judge. This is what he said. "Does it have to happen in a court of law?" McDowell said. "Let's send 326 emails out and maybe 2 videos, one from the LIV players saying we'd love to support this tour 8, 10, 12 times a year, and then the other side of it is Keith Pelley's statement this week." So it sounds like McDowell is pretty set on trying to resolve the situation without things getting too out of hand. It will be interesting to see how this all plays out and whether or not the LIV golfers will be allowed to continue as they please. We'll just have to wait and see what February brings, or what happens beforehand if McDowell has anything to say about it. There's no doubt that this is a situation worth paying attention to, as it could have massive implications for the tour and the future of golf as a whole. What did Rory McIlroy say about the situation? Well, McIlroy's opinions on the matter are surprisingly intense, as he doesn't believe that LIV golfers should be allowed to play at all. In an interview with reporters, McIlroy said that he didn't believe LIV players should be allowed to compete at this week's BMW PGA Championship. This is a pretty standard stance for some golfers, and it definitely just goes to show how seriously some people are taking this whole situation. McIlroy is definitely not the only one with this opinion, as many other pros also believe that LIV golfers shouldn't be allowed to play. It'll be interesting to see how this all plays out and whether or not the LIV golfers will actually be allowed to compete. Well, that's all for today's video. Go ahead and drop your thoughts about the passing of the Queen, the Poulter controversy, and Tommy Fleetwood's fantastic start in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Just don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content.